Hello everybody and welcome to my video. Today I will be showing you and telling you how my creative journey was informed by artistic decisions, making mistakes, and lots of them, and finding my own creative expression. In 15 hours I learnt a range of skills in dance, music, and visual arts so that I may begin developing my own professional understanding of teaching the arts. Jacob and Polly in 2018 say that art in schools should be enjoyable, meaningful, and yet a challenging experience. Alright, well let's dive in. So for dance, I wanted to challenge myself by choosing a dancing style that isn't very common, to me at least. So I went with the 20s and 30s style Charleston. I chose something that I would enjoy because I thought it would be more meaningful, and it was. Initially, I thought that it would be easy to learn, but indeed it was pretty challenging. However, this has allowed me to maintain an appreciation for the Charleston style, as I can begin to understand the dedication and creativity required to choreograph these dances. In 2018, Jacob and Polly talk about dance and how it allows us to experience the world and express feelings kinesthetically, without words. They say that dance is often neglected in schools due to limited training for teachers, lack of syllabus knowledge, and low teacher confidence, which I know all about. They say that dance helps students develop aesthetic skills, cultural understanding, confidence, social interaction, and the ability to refine movement sequences. Russell and Bowie in 2006 support this, saying it also develops physical strength, health, social skills, cultural understanding, musical awareness, and creativity. Let's move on to visual arts. For visual arts, I wanted to choose landscape painting because it's always been sentimental for me. I chose the beach because I really wanted to develop my colour theory for the water and the skies. However, I found that the clouds were actually much more challenging than I thought, but I felt proud to complete the painting overall. Throughout the process, I learned some pretty important techniques, like using a grounding tone for your painting, so in this case I used a yellow, using a pencil to outline the structure of the images you want to paint, and also developing your darkest and lightest colours before you add the finer details and the other colour in the painting. Overall, I learned that you don't actually need to be artistically gifted or a professional to begin to understand the principles of art. Jacob and Polly in 2018 say that art's unique skills and processes shouldn't be lost when linking it with other curriculum areas, which I think is so important. They also say that visual art celebrates aesthetic joy, exploration, creative ambiguity, and innovative thinking. So previously I knew some chords on the guitar, and I've always enjoyed learning songs and practicing different musical sequences, but I really felt passionate about learning fingerpicking because it's not something that's different to what I know, and I love the sound of fingerpicking in music that I listen to. I felt more confident as I progressed because I was able to match the picking sequences from the notation that I was reading and trying to play to what I could actually hear in the song. The song, by the way, that I practiced for this assignment was Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. For music, they say, Jacob and Polly say that music builds neurological and social emotional skills. It also supports pattern recognition and problem solving. And in addition, Barrett in 2003 say that music helps children with self-regulation and develops our emotional literacy. So now I'm going to let you hear this progression. Ocean. Oh my god. That's okay. I'll just see how that sounds and then keep going. does this all relate to teaching? So throughout this assignment and reflecting on what I've learnt throughout the semester, I want to relate it back to the graduate teaching standards, because that's what's going to prove my competency. So looking at standard 2, know the content and how to teach it, I wanted to make sure that I was able to demonstrate knowledge and understanding of the concepts and the substance of the content in the syllabus. So this was achieved by me being able to understand different dance movements, painting techniques, and reading and playing based on musical notation. So all of this helped me understand the underlying principles within each of the areas, and by doing this, I can more effectively teach it to students, because I'm able to understand how we learn in these areas and use it to help them learn in those areas as well. For Standard 6, engaging in professional learning, I wanted to look more at demonstrating an understanding of the rationale for continued professional development. So why should we continue to develop professionally as teachers? And I think that by participating in these activities, I've begun to understand how important it is for teachers to know the content they're teaching and teach it in a more effective way. So as teachers, we should be developing across our career so that we can understand what the students are learning, how they are learning it, and also doing it in a way that is not rote learning, like it's actually creative and expressive. So overall, we're not professional artists, we're teaching artists. We have our own way of being creative and expressive, and we should use this to inspire our students to create and express their own thoughts and emotions and stories. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching.